Hello everyone. This is this is uh, development log number 3 for this stupid ass game. I'm keeping up with my track record of being disgustingly congested, I guess, while doing this. So I'll try. Okay, I'll try not to do that. But it's been 6 months. So about last one was about when I started my new job. But here we are now. Yeah. Not really prepared for this. I don't have a script, so to speak. So if if I'm awkward for any of these, that's why. But I've been hard at work last 6 months, and things are really coming along. Just got some final things to do with the battle system. Like I've just got to do some dialogue stuff, like a dialogue system for battle, because it's different than in the overworld. Fuck. God, I'm sorry I'm like this. But yeah, and I mean some various other stuff, but a lot of it is it's really getting along. So I'm starting to think, I don't got much left to do. Like in terms of like things I can think of that I have to do before game starts playtesting. It's battle dialogue, and then I've got to make like a decision system for that. Like I have a decision system for the overworld, as you'll probably see, but it's also it's different. It's different than the overworld quite a bit, so it's going to need a different system, kind of. I'm going to have to figure that out with dialogue and stuff. But after that is done, so after the dialogue and the decision shit is done, and I make some animations, especially stuff for the protagonists, some animations for them, and you'll see some of what I'm talking about in a minute here. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm gonna start making the content, making cutscenes and everything, cause I don't get anything else to do. Like I'm all kind of finished up. So, anyway, one thing that I've done is I've remapped this Shrekville area once again. So. Kind of the same as last time, I just kind of compressed it down because I didn't want to feel like there were big empty spaces and stuff, and it's a lot easier to navigate now. I didn't want there to be just like, again, just like empty spaces everywhere, because I felt like that was a lot of what it was. I've also done a lot of sprite updates for kind of everything. So I believe this might have been the chiropractor last time. I think the chiropractor was over here, and then Frog Sports was over here. But Frog Sports is over here now because it's more important, and this is where you're going to be running. And I thought I had the idea to do a laundromat, and LeBron James could run it, and I could call it the LeBron-dromat, and I couldn't really give up on that idea. I was like, I had to do it. Like as soon as I thought of it, it was that funny. You may also notice that pretty much all the sprites in the game, minus some that I might have missed here and there, which is not very many, have had their colors updated, so everything looks a little more saturated now. A couple more houses done. I don't think McDonald's interior was done last time. I also got these little shot bubble things. And then here's something I did. I completely redid the shop, so now you can see the description of the item and also what type of item it is. So I think this is a lot better, a lot more visually appealing to me personally. So yeah, these little I feel like that was fucky for a second there. Little shot bubble things. There's also a couple other ones for cutscenes and other things like just for general use. I can kind of put them above NPCs whenever I feel like it. But this is modeled. A lot of other places have been modeled too. Even here. Honestly, I didn't even know if this was here last time, but here it is. And this was real fun to make because this is just like where I work. And I was like, yay, I gotta think about work while I'm doing this. So, I mean, really work isn't too bad, but, you know, here we are. And this is where you're gonna buy upgrades for your item storage and stuff in the ITM. And probably make it so you can put money in here too, and then do the thing where like if you get a game over, you lose some of your money or something. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what kind of happens. I'll think about it. Planning that Money Dog is gonna be here. Actually, no, he's gonna be. My idea right now is I'm gonna call him Investy Dog. And they're not gonna have any fucking idea who he is. He's gonna be like, but they don't know you, and then fucking, he's gonna be like, no, and they're gonna be like, okay. They're just gonna not realize, because, and you might, I don't know if anyone's ever gonna watch this, or if people who are watching this are aware of the, the series, the written series that led up to this, but, there's a written series that I do. Which is kind of what the game is based around. I imagine I would probably share it at this point the game is getting released. There's not really another option unless my computer were to fucking explode and my hard drive were to fucking explode and my backup fucking flash drive were to also explode. I could probably just like upload it onto Google Drive as well. That might be more secure. Just an extra level of backup shit, just in case, like my house burns down. Not hoping that I'm hoping that won't happen, but just in case it does, like something explodes. I doubt it will. But anyway, a lot of stuff. So I'll go around and show you some more of these buildings that are done. Also, that is absolutely off-center. The door is not... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this building is not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like 2 pixels over, it looks like. Yeah. Okay, well that's gonna upset me. But yeah, here's the Pawn Store. I actually kind of like this one a lot. There's stuff up here. There's some cool hidden Easter eggs right here, if you know what that poster is, for the movie buffs in the audience. But yeah, there's just stuff around, and then the Pawn Store owner is gonna be here, and you can talk to him and buy like weird, unique items that are like strange. What else? So gas station is also different. Updated this, kind of, it's the same layout, but it's different. All the sprite work kind of got updated. And the wizard's house too, shit. I've made a lot of these places, I'm just realizing now. So this is the wizard's house. you're gonna be able to go down to his basement, and that's gonna be how you're gonna be able to like warp around and stuff. Um, my idea was that you could talk to the wizard, and he would tell you like locations of chests and stuff. Definitely not like in Paper Mario with that one fucking guy, Merlee? No, fucking what's his name? The guy in Paper Mario that you can buy badges from. uh, with the star shard bit thing. I don't fucking know what they're called. I don't fucking remember. I haven't played that game forever. Jesus. But no, definitely not like that. Don't. It's not. It's not the same. Um, and that's Rose. Hi, Rose. Uh, and Rose's house is empty. Look at that. Empty as fuck. There's a pizza machine over here. Oh, you also might have noticed the new dialogue box. So they'll show that with the actual character dialogue, because that's new as well. A lot of new shit. Some voice blips too. Sansies is just Sansa's, but higher pitched, by the way. So, yeah, this is what it looks like now. I'm a lot more fond of this than what it used to look like, which was just a box. And there's also a little cutscene thing that happens where the camera sort of shifts to whatever you're interacting with and the main character, like between them. So it's very cinematic. Again, lately it just feels like everything's kind of coming into place, that everything looks how I want it to look. This was Yosemite Sam's house, but I think I'm just gonna make it Grumpy's house. Because they basically live in, I would imagine they live in like the same place, like trailer park. Grumpy's Shrek's cousin, by the way. What else? John's house isn't modeled yet because I'm gonna do that when I start making like the first parts of the game, and I actually know what I want to happen. Well, I mean I do, but I'm gonna do it when I start actually making cutscenes and stuff, so I know where I want everything to go. I want to do as little rearranging as possible. I also did make. That's right. I started on an interior for Sansa's house, and I just never finished it. So it's can't show you it. Sadly. It's pretty empty in here. But it's coming along. I started that like a month ago, and I guess I just never finished it. Probably several months ago at this point, actually. Many months ago, now that I'm thinking about it. So that's the deal with sort of the overworld here. Not too much else that's new to show. As you saw earlier, Shrek's house was over this way. Up this way. And like I said, I rearranged things just because I wanted it to be a lot easier to navigate, because I'm going to try not to do a map, because I don't want to put in the extra work for a map if I, can just guide people around well enough. And hopefully that is the case, but if I'm playtesting and people are like, I don't know where the fuck I am, I'm going to have to do it. So hopefully not, but because it's going to be some fucking work to code, and if I change the tile map, it's going to be... I've got to change the texture and shit too, so it's going to suck. So yeah, Shrek's... Oh, this sign is not... This sign has the old yucky colors, I just realized, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, there are a couple textures that I just haven't updated because I forgot. Anyway, let's actually show some more new content. Fucking shit. Okay. Wrong button. Okay. But we're here. So this is, we're back at the debug room. So this is something I did, I think. There's like these defined item sort of things that you can do. Well, that I can do, not that the player can do. The player can't do these. They just buy these. But it's basically stored in memory or whatever about how many are here and how many have been bought. And when you buy them, the game saves and remembers that you bought them, so you can only buy so many. So like if there's a unique item that you need to get, you can only buy it once. So unlike regular shops where you can just buy as many as you want. Also a good amount of new items, I think. Yeah, because the Mushritza and some other stuff like the leek and the odd mushroom were part of the fungus labs area. And that was something that was not in the last video. I checked it out. Because this Goomba was not here. And this is like one of the biggest new things. These overworld enemies are totally updated. So they used to just like run around at you in the overworld, but now they have like unique movement and shit. And what's cooler, like this is probably the coolest thing I've done, which is why I'm excited. But what's cooler is you can actually get an advantageous like start of battle. As you see, this bitch is turned around, and he will be turned around for 2 turns actually. So if I show you here, so just realizing that bunch of new battle stuff is coming too. I changed a bunch of it up. Looks totally different than what it did in the last one. I just realized. So, yeah, this is the new battle look. A little bit the same, but mostly restructured. As you can see, the protagonists are a lot larger than they were. I'm going to give them animations. The Goomber is the only enemy actually currently that I've done an animation for. And you'll see it in a minute once he turns around. But yeah, I've changed a good amount of stuff up. So there were a bunch of like red attacks and shit. And I've removed a good amount of them. And changed them around because I didn't like how they were. Like there was, and this was something I just did like yesterday. So it used to be like you could do one that would deal damage and the attacks would be different depending on like where you were in the overworld. And I'm thinking like that's gonna take a lot of effort to balance it out. And then I wanted to make like animations and shit for all of them. So I'm just going to do more simple ones instead. So this is also one of the other things that I have left to do is I wanted to make some more animations for this. Because when you use this currently, it doesn't look great. The paper just kind of drops down immediately. I want to have them kind of like, they raise this pen up, and then the pen does a little glimmer, and then the page comes down when they start writing on a piece of paper. So it's more like... you know what's happening. Like they're like the characters are writing, like Shrek and Garfield are writing, and you're seeing what they're writing, and that's a lot more obvious. Also updated some of the looks of the options. This was yesterday too, or like last couple days. Right actions. I'm kind of structuring around the fountain pen, I believe it's called the author's pen, that you're going to get at the start of the game, and it's going to be like the relic, the secret relic that you get, and it's going to allow you to do these super strong right attacks. So kind of theming everything around sort of the fountain pen look, like the action box there, and then on the bottom right you'll see that for the papers, you can also see the pen next to it, and I figure that's, you know, it's a lot easier for people to tell now, like, oh, These are papers for when I use my right attacks, which, is the fountain pen that is the same as down there, and they also bounce when you do this. Uh, I don't know I don't know if that was even there last time, honestly. Shit. Might have been, not sure. No items. Special attacks, you can also see info for them now. That was something that I just did yesterday. So like items, specials, and right attacks will all have that now. Um, One of the other last things I have to do is I have to make when you run away. Currently, it's just like if you were to accidentally tap it, you would like run. You might like run away on accident, because it's just like a one button and it's done kind of thing. So I'm gonna have it where like you hold it down, and then like probably like this like the green stuff, like the green filled in stuff like rises up, and it like maybe does a little like shake or something while it's doing that, and you have to hold it down for a couple seconds to like confirm that okay, I want to run away instead of like, oh oops, you know. So because I feel like that would be very frustrating if you were to just accidentally run away when you're trying to fight something. So you can also see who you're attacking now in the top left. Some other stuff, you can also check out equips and stat changes here. Kind of cool. Um, what else? Well, I mean, I guess you'll see when I attack here. So there's also those little, and I literally just did this today, is that there's those little notice sparks that happen when a character's turn starts, and I might do like a little sound effect for that too. Um, but that way, you know who to look at when shit's happening here, and it's pretty good, I think. A lot better than it was. It was like an instant, instant improvement of like a lot. So let's see what else. So as you'll notice, also the Goomba is turned around, and he will turn back around this turn. No animation for that yet, but there is an idle animation, as you'll see here. He does a little blinky, and then does a steppy step. So I think that in particular was one of the things that I added. It's like, Jesus Christ, this makes it look so much better. So yeah, that's the most of it. As you'll see, there are also as you saw, I'm sure there are also animations when you get shit for special attacks and for like the paper things. Like when you get one of those, there's an animation for both of those now where they kind of go in and they sparkle, and they also shine when you're doing them still. So I think I'm just gonna keep that in. I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't, but yeah, that's about. I mean, that's the most of it. Um, this the whole Goomba turning around thing was what I've been working on for the last like week or so with enemy forms. That's been fun, but it's added a lot of depth. I think like there's a lot of possibilities that I can do now. Given that they're forms, because with forms, they can change based on what happens. So, if they get attacked, if they do an attack, those can all change forms for an enemy. And then its stats can change, its animations can change. What else? Like resistances and all that good stuff can also change. So, yeah. Then I also added an option where like enemies can like use their attacks sequentially too, like in a given order, which is also a good thing because it adds a lot of depth, and that's what I did for the The Goomba, when it's turned around, is I make it do like oh, it doesn't notice anything for one turn, and then on turn two, it's like, it turned back around. That way, it's not like random as to like how many turns is it gonna stay around for. It's always gonna be two. Uh, so, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I'm very like one of the coolest things I think is like the overworld stuff and sort of the advantage and disadvantage state you can get. That's probably what I'm the most proud of because I think it's cool game design. um, I mean, because I was thinking like with a lot of RPGs, you know, in terms of random battles, I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's no secret that it's bad. I was just thinking how to get around it, and also make it fun. Um, so I mean, it's not even so much random battles as it is, because I had the enemies in the overworld, but I thought like, you know, if they could provide some difficulty in the overworld, like it's a little challenge that's not just strategy, it's reaction time too, like it's more in the moment sort of stuff, and then that can be used to get a decent advantage in actual battle. Um, it feels good. Um, and B, I know like some people are like, strategy, ooh, like my friend Kyle is not talked about this. He's not a big fan of RPGs, uh, which is going to be great because he's going to play this game. He's going to play test this game, and it's going to be great. Uh, I mean, it's gonna be an enriching experience, I think, um, because it'll be interesting to see, someone who doesn't really play RPGs play this because I've been trying to make it very fun, you know, and like simple and not like button mashy. Like you press the A button over and over and you win, Like I'm gonna try to keep battles short, and especially like if you get the advantage, like first turn and like these enemies here, there's like one enemy, like battle's over in a couple turns. It really doesn't take long at all, and the main factor in if you win or not is like, um, again, getting the jump on them in the overworld. So I think it adds some depth. I think it adds some depth for sure. Um, a lot of things I can do now. A lot of tools at my disposal for enemies. um, with what I've coded. So I'm very excited uh, to actually get to work on this shit soon, like the content of this shit soon. Um, as you can see, the Goomba is done here, but other enemies not so much. Um, Goomba needs some more animations too. So, gonna be making the content soon. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. So yeah, and this is yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to get into cutscenes and like game design stuff, and I've been working on puzzles too. Shit, like at the fucking push blocks. Hold on. This is a push block as a puzzle element that I've done, and I have a pushing animation that I've made for Shrek, but he does not use it yet. So that will be soon. Next time you see a development log, it will definitely be here. In fact, 6 months from now, I genuinely might even have the first like playtesting round done. And I'm not just saying this shit. I'm saying like the first chapter will probably be ready to playtest in 6 months or less. Because a lot of shit is done. Like I don't have much left to do, and I'm excited. So fuck, I think cutscenes were new. Jesus, so much. There's so much stuff that I've done. um, here's some chests. Chests are a little bit updated. Uh, what else? Cutscenes, and I hope this isn't going to break the fucking game. This is a cutscene system thing that I've been working on. As you can see, there's a lot of features. You get the characters to move around, all that good stuff, dialogue. And and that's going to be like the main meat of like the overworld, kinda, you know. It's going to be a very story-based game. I also have these things, so it's just like random shit that I've done at this point. But these little tiles are going to be able to push this block, and they're going to have animations, just not yet, because I want to actually get to where I'm making the environments before I, you know, put in the time for an animation. I want to make sure it all fits and everything. So these ones will just push it in any direction. And these ones up here will push it in whatever direction the arrow is, but these ones don't work because there's a invisible barrier for the push blocks immediately in front of them, so can't really use them, sadly. But you can imagine, since these ones work, how it works. they work, I can assure you. Man, yeah, fuck, I don't even know if... Maybe the Pizza-Matic. I think the Pizza-Matics were here. Trying to think what else there is to show. Because I've shown pretty much everything, I think. Sound test room. This was where I was testing out the sound blips and stuff. And then the wizard's here, and then Papyrus is here. And Farrell's here. Look at him go. So then this one's Frog. But I don't have a sprite for Frog yet. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Changed around the inventories a bit. Looks a little better. Some new like key items and shit. I want to redo this whole menu, but I might not end up doing it because it's just would be a lot of time to spend, and I'd rather spend it on more important things. But yeah, that's about all I've got to show, I think. There are probably a couple things that I'm not thinking of. In the dialogue system, you know, a lot of progress, last month was basically just me trying to finish up the battle system, and it's pretty much done, like I said. I just got to do a couple things. I've got to do like the run thing, I've got to do the battle dialogue, and that's just a couple things with leveling up, maybe. But other than that, it's like pretty much done, other than some animations. So yeah, like I said, playtesting hopefully soon, for real this time, because I actually have a game now. Collection still doesn't work, by the way. I don't even think I'm going to have things to collect. Story is the same. I think display is new. We change around that shit. Control menu is... Okay, why is the bottom of that not visible? The bottom is not visible. Oh, that's... Okay. That's... You know what? That's the thing about making games, is that sometimes you just don't realize this shit. That this is just not even here. Look, the bottom is just gone. Anyways, I'm rambling. Game froze. What the fuck? I think it's my computer being screwy. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'm just done a lot of work. A lot of shit done. I've been talking about the game a lot. Actually been, God, it's probably been more than 20 minutes. It's probably been a long time. But I'm hoping I get to play test it soon. Finish up the music stuff, and then that will be a whole new deal. So I am excited and also terrified for what there is to come, because I have never had anything play tested before. This is the first game that I've ever really made. So it's going to be interesting to see. how people actually play, how people use the mechanics that I've made, and see what works and what doesn't, you know? So, yeah, it's coming along for sure. So I don't want to talk for too much longer. That's all I got to say. So, I'll probably do a next development log when I'm fucking done with chapter 1 stuff. Hopefully, again, I keep saying that like it's gonna happen, but I don't want to believe myself because it's been this way for so long. So yeah, that's it. See you next time. More shit's gonna be done. Yeah. All right. Bye bye.